All right, pulling up the chart here on the NASDAQ, let's talk about market structure. It's got to be one of my favorite discussions because it is one of the most important ideas that you need to understand. You need to believe it. You need to truly understand it, right? You need to be like, Patrick, let me understand the market structure. So, very simple idea. People are going to laugh. They're going to be like, what are you talking about? Surfing waves, all what? The market moves. Like, it moves in waves. You can research this. It's the truth. The market is continuously going up, going down, going up, going down. Like a wave, like you're surfing, right? Very simple. The wave. That's your way the market moves, right? The market is going up, it's pulling back, it's going up, it's pulling back. When you look at the bigger picture, you go to the daily chart. How has the market been moving for years now? Think about it. If you look at the market for the last 100 years, what has the market done? Well, it has only done this, right? Just do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. It's not always beautiful, but in general, the market's moving in waves, right? That's the way the market moves. Who would have thought that there's a surfing analogy that comes to trading? The market, financial market, surfing, who would have thought? But I'm telling you, very simple. The market moves up in a wave. Goes up, it goes up, goes up, it goes up. When the market's moving down, the market moves in a wave. Right? We know that. We believe that. We see the proof. We look at the charts. Right? It's not rocket science. You can't sit here and deny the fact that the market moves in waves. So as a trader, what do we need to do? We need to believe that. We need to be like, hey, the market moves in a wave. So how can I capitalize off that? How can I benefit by the overall belief and idea that the market moves in waves? Well, if we look here, we're like, okay, the market's moving, it's moving, it's moving. Where do I want to buy? Right? If I'm like let's just go back to the surfing analogy. If I'm a surfer, do I want to catch the wave when it's here at the top? Probably not, because it's about to dump on me. Right? Like, I just don't want to do that. I don't want to buy at the top. I don't want to paddle into the top of the wave because I'm going to fall to the bottom. There's probably a better time to buy or paddle into the wave, right? When's the better time for me to get into this wave? Well, probably down here, right? It's going to be safer. It's going to be safer to paddle in at the bottom of the wave because it's going to pick me up and it's going to push me up, right? Instead of getting dumped on up there. And the same thing applies for the stock market. The same thing applies for trading futures. The idea that the market moves in a wave is a universal fact that you got to believe, because the reason you got to believe it is it's going to help you avoid a couple really bad habits that traders love to do, right? And the habits I'm talking about is, number one, buying at the top. A lot of people will see the market going up, going up, going up, and they start buying here. They buy at the top. And then guess what happens? It goes back. Oh no. And then what do? They sell down here. And then what happens? It starts pushing back up. And then what do people do? They wait. Oh, they get FOMO. They buy. And then, oh, it rolls off again. And then they sell here. And you're like, why? Why is this happening? And then guess what happens? It starts to push back up. And all of a sudden, you're like, it did it again. So as a trader, if you're watching this right now, I'm trying to give you the secret to all of this. The rest of this stuff is great. But if you can't understand this one simple philosophy, if you can't really believe it, if you can't look at a chart and see that there's a wave, everything is moving in a wave, then it's a loss. You might as well quit now. I need you to truly, truly believe this idea, my friends. You need to truly believe this, because what it's going to do is help you avoid a lot of issues that a lot of traders face. Because what do? We're pulling up a chart here. This is the 3-minute chart on the NASDAQ. What happens, right? All right, so-and-so, the new trader guy, what's he do? He's gonna, like I said, he's gonna buy right here when the market pushes up, and then he's gonna get out when it pulls back to here. But what did he just do? He just bought at the top of that wave. Look at that pullback. The waves pull it back and starts pushing. Oh, it starts pushing, and guess what? Once again, it pulls back, it pushes, and then goes. So what happens? The amateur, the beginner trader, he'll buy right here, right? He'll buy there because he thinks it's going to go higher. He missed out on this, but he's like, it's going to go higher now. But guess what? The market pulls back because why? Because we know that the market loves to move in a wave. The market moves in waves. It's not even that it loves to move in a wave. It just is always moving in waves. You see what I mean? Like, this is not me just making this up. You can go back for the last thousands and thousands of years. The market is constantly moving in a wave. It's constantly moving as a wave. Even today on a holiday, July 4th, the market's still making these waves. The waves aren't always perfectly, up and down. But in general, like, look at this. Again, another little wave. Maybe it goes like that. Maybe it moves. It's moving in a wave. So if you understand this one universal truth, if you believe this one universal truth, then what do you need to do? You know that I just need to wait to buy when I'm at the bottom of the wave, or if I'm going to get short, I want to short at the top of the wave. So that's going to help me avoid buying at the top and selling at the bottom, right? If I'm looking at this chart right now, I'm like, well, I'm not going to buy here. Right? Why would I do that? I know this market moves in waves. I'm not going to buy right there. And I'm not going to sell down here. I'm going to do the opposite. If you do the opposite of 90% of traders out there, you're going to make money in this market, my friends. 90% of people lose. And this is probably one of the biggest reasons that they lose. Because they're too quick to buy the top and they're too quick to try to sell at the bottom. It is a very, very large issue for most traders. And I think that just believing and understanding how the market moves, the structure of the market is moving and searching and buying and selling. The market is moving in a wave. It's trying to find buyers and sellers. The market, whole entire existence of the market is for what? To facilitate trades between buyers and sellers. Buyers and sellers. So there's two people, right? Buyers want to buy low. Sellers want to sell high. So, just knowing that, believing that, it helps me avoid buying at the top and selling at the bottom. And that right there can save you a lot of heartache and a lot of time and a lot of effort. Now, we can spend hours and hours really getting into this, but it's not that hard to really understand. If you look at the chart and all of a sudden, like look at this. Like the market's going up. It's going up. Well, I know there's a really good chance that we're going to get a pullback here. And this goes back to just being patient, waiting, watching, like a lion, sitting in the Sahara Desert. Not the Sahara Desert, but somewhere over there. I'm in the wild. I'm waiting for my prey, right? And I know that my prey, at some point, it might be running really, really fast. At some point, my prey is going to pull back and give me an opportunity to jump on top of it. And that's exactly what the market does. Market's going to pull back and give you opportunities to get in, even if you miss out on this. Oh, it went up 40 points. I missed out. Well, guess what? Now it pulls back, and now I can get in again for the next opportunity. But it takes patience. It takes time. It takes experience. It takes the belief. The same way that people believe that there's gravity or that there's the wind or whatever it is. You might not see the wind. You might not see gravity, but there is gravity. You know that there is the wind. And that's the same idea with the market. The market is clearly always moving in a wave. Every time frame. You go to the smallest time frame possible, guess what? Those waves are still there. Look at it. Oh, it's magical. Look at those waves, those opportunities, And again, where is the market heading to? If I'm looking at the chart, and I want to see where the market could possibly go, guess what? All I have to do, all right, it's now 7:15 in the morning. The market's about to open in a few hours. I'm looking at the chart and I'm like, well, where do I think the market could possibly go? All right, so the market's a little bit of a wave. All right, well, if we start to push back up, where would be a target? Like, where could the market go? The market's, moving in these waves. There's a top of a wave there, top of a wave there. The bottom of this wave, okay, we got some ideas of where this could go. So let's see what happens. We already know what happens, but let's see how this starts to react. We're at the bottom of the wave. Okay. Oh, look at this. Okay. Okay. It's still holding that wave. What's happening? And would you look? We pushed up there to that previous area, top of that wave. Beautiful. Well, look, we went all the way to there. So all I have to do when I'm looking to understand where the market could possibly move back to, if it's going to move back up, I know, the market moves in these waves same way. Whoop, whoop. Now it's going to push back up. And again, watch. Not a very good drawing right here, but these waves, I can't draw it perfectly all the time, but the market's pushing up here. What do you think is going to happen from this level? You think this is a good spot for me to get long right here, or I think there's going to be a little bit of a pullback? I actually forgot what even happens here next. Let's see. Oh, this is weird. What's happening? It's almost like there's a wave happening. Oh, this is weird. Okay. Now what happens? Oh, would you look at that? The wave, it's forming. Now starting to push again. Oh, this is so weird. So weird again. It's like the drawings are not always perfect, but again, it's like a little bad drawing there, but this is also the 15-minute chart. If we go to the 5-minute chart here, you can see a little bit better. The push up there, the push up there. What do you think happens there? Let's see. Is it going to go up, Junior? Wow. That is impressive. Our little wave, once again, happening, forming. Another thing that I really want to focus on too is the idea of support resistance, right? We have support, we have resistance, previous levels where the market has moved through before. What do we want to see? What happens when those levels get broken? So we know that we have resistance back there. This would have been that Monday, and this was Tuesday. So if we just go back, let's go back here just to start again, right? We identified this previous resistance, the previous day there, 58s, okay. Now I want to see this start to push back up, take out that level. If I'm bullish here, the wave is going to form. It's going to push us up. We're going to watch it a little faster here. It's moving, it's moving. Okay. Now what happens? We've pushed through that previous area of resistance. What would what would be good to happen for the bulls? If you're bullish, the market's going to go up. If you're bearish, the market's going to go down. What do we believe would happen now? We're going to look for this previous area of resistance to turn into support, meaning that previous area where the market got stuck at is now going to start to support the market, and we're going to push off that level, kind of like a springboard. Think about the wave, right? We think about the wave. We've now pushed up to this previous level, and this wave is kind of pulling back there, and then we want to see this turn into support and start to push higher. And would you look at that? It did it. It did exactly that. Played out. We had that previous level. We looked to the left, saw that opportunity for the move, and there's that continuation of that wave. And guess what's even better? Let's see if we touch it again. Didn't touch it again, but we came back to touch it one more time. Right? We're turning this previous level into support. It was resistance before. It's now turning into support. Resistance is basically where the market's been at before. It got stuck and then it moved lower. Support is where the market went up and then pulled back and bounced off that level, saying that there are buyers supporting the price. If there's resistance, that means the market's getting stuck because there's too many sellers that are holding it down. It doesn't mean the market can't push through that level. It just means that that's a previous area that we've been at, and we know from price action that we got stuck there. On that Monday, we got stuck. So now we're expecting to be like, okay, now what happens? Well, I wonder what happens now that we've retested that level once again, and we believe that the market moves in waves, right? We believe it, we know it. It's not a secret. Now what happens, Patrick? Well, look. Who would have thought that once again, this market make that wave? So if you're watching this right now, I ask you one simple question. Do I want to buy at the top of the wave? Or do I want to buy at the bottom of the wave? Do I want to buy at the top of the wave? Or do I want to buy at the bottom of the wave? bad, bad, good, good. It also increases our risk to reward much more, right? Now, instead of buying up here at the 150s, I'm buying down here at this previous level that we got stuck at and kind of pushed. The market's constantly moving in the wave. It's pulling back to previous levels and then bouncing, retesting, bouncing, pushing, breaking, moving. And you can basically just go back and look, you know, on the chart at these levels right there, 267, a little level. Let's see, did we go to the 267s on this? Pretty much right across there. A previous level, kind of pushing up into there. Right now we're at like all-time highs as well on the NASDAQ. So there's a lot of stuff going on here at this level. The more you kind of zoom back, the more that levels kind of touch multiple times, that's more of like an interesting level to break through. A lot of people believe that there's a level and the more that it gets tested, the stronger it is. But I would say the more that a level gets tested, the weaker that it is. Because if it keeps getting tested, there's going to come a point where it's going to break. It's just natural, right? The market's finally going to be like, all right, I give up. Let's go higher. Let's go lower, whatever it is. So support, resistance, and this understanding one universal truth, one undeniable truth here, my friends. The market moves in waves. It's pushing up, making a higher low, right? So that's the higher low, higher high, higher high, higher high. It's moving higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher low. When the market is moving down and is bearish, what are we doing? We're making lower lows, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Just simple idea. The market moves in waves. When the market's moving down, it's still making those waves. So again, you know, you got to understand, just because the market is kind of pushing back up doesn't mean that it's going to reverse instantly. If the overall direction is down, it's doing this, well, look, it's going to keep moving down. Even though it's kind of like pushing back up, it might push back up 100 points, but overall direction is still down. Same thing with the pullbacks. It might pull back 50 points. Doesn't mean the market is going to crash. It just means the market is doing exactly what we know it's going to do. It's going to move in a wave. So being aware of that, understanding that, believing that, is going to change so much. If you've failed countless times as a day trader, I guarantee that this idea, this belief right here alone can help you save a lot of time, a lot of heartache, just by being able to be like, Patrick, it all makes sense now. I've been buying at the top and I've been selling at the bottom. I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Well, hopefully this is going to help you avoid that, because now you can tell yourself, hey, I don't need to do anything. I don't need to just jump into a trade, because I know, I believe, I am a disciple. I am a disciple of the market moving in a wave. I am a firm believer. I have looked at the chart. I have done the back testing. I have spent the time. I have put the effort in, and I believe that there is one undeniable fact in truth trading, and that is simply that the market moves in waves.